All right, so there's always those things you do when you're kind of alone, thinking, no, nobody's gonna see me. It's not probably the safest, but you do them anyways. This is one of those things. All right, so one of the projects I've been working on was getting the, you can see the rain gutter on the edge of the building here, try to catch some rainwater. And I got that on yesterday, and then almost immediately I was trimming some of these trees. There's one of these trees I just cut off. I cut the stump down pretty good, but a branch clipped the edge here. I was really worried that I was going to hit the cabin and mess it up, but it clipped right here on the edge, but everything's okay. As you can tell, we're getting rain. We got a little rain barrel in here right now, but I really want, last night I went and grabbed these two rain barrels. I want to try to get these, I got to get one of these off and get it over there. For now, the barrel is gonna fill up, but I've got to remove some more little stumps that are right there. There's always stuff in the way that slows you down, keeps you from getting everything done, but happy to be able to get these. These are, how many are these? Like 275 gallons or something to that effect, something real close. So excited to have these. They are actually fairly clean and in great shape. So see if we can get one of these off and over here. Really not too worried about getting this installed today. Got the other blue barrel there, but I do want to kind of get it over here. I need to get a little stand built. Once I get the stand in here, I'll put this on top. I don't want it poking up above the window, so I'm going to move it over and then trim that downspout so it fits in. But I need to get an idea. I need to get resting some of these stumps out of here and try to level this out a little bit so I can build the stand in here, right in that spot there. And ultimately, I want to have two. I think I'm going to put another one on one of the other buildings when they eventually get up, so that I'll have two sources. We got water coming off all the roofs here, and as you can see, it's raining right now. So it's a great way to catch as much water as possible. Free water. I don't have to dig a well right now. I do need to get a little bit better like filter to keep the leaves and things from coming down. I don't really have one of those yet. I've actually got a little wire one to stick in, but it gets clogged up real fast. So I need to get a little mesh one, or I think they make them out of it looks like pantyhose material that I can stick over the cover. And eventually I'll just stick it over this, so when the water will come in, it will have plenty of room to get through. So we'll show you the progress on that as we go. Okay, I forgot to turn on record, but as you can see from previous, I have this downspout installed on this 55-gallon barrel for water catchment. And then just this morning, I dug a lot of dirt around this stump and moved it over so I could try to get a little bit more of a level ground there. And then I built a little frame so that I could slide the IBC tote on there. Now I do need to paint that tote, so I'm getting ready to get it on. I'm going to slide it on just to make sure it fits, but then I got to get some paint to darken it up so that we can reduce or eliminate any of the algae growth inside there. But we'll get her filled up. I've got a lot of rain coming in the next over the next week, so hopefully I get this thing painted up and get her filled up with water and that's something that I won't have to worry about for a while. Okay, I got the first coat of paint on, but I need to pull it out, get the backside on the backside there. I've got to get it painted. Then I've got to get a bunch of like little debris that's been building up out of some edges, so that I can actually paint. Like this little spot here, there's some debris, little tree pieces of trees and things that are in there. So I'm tempted to take the 2 bars off the top and pull this thing out all together and then paint it and then slide it back in. But we'll see. Like I said, I've got to slide the whole thing out, paint the other side. I'm going to leave a little spot here where I can see the water level, and I'll have to occasionally put a couple drops of bleach in just to control the algae. It won't be much, just a teeny little bit, but just to be safe. But it looks pretty good. Okay, so here's the foundation for the water catchment. It's nothing special, but it's I think it's enough to hold. We'll see how well it goes. These are pressure treated boards that are on the bottom. These ones here are pressure treated, and I just wanted to be able to slide it in and out whenever I needed to. You can see I pulled the bladder out of the IBC tote, and it's over here, and I got another coat on. There's a couple spots I want to put a little bit more paint on. The only problem is the paint really doesn't stick very well to this this bladder, this plastic material. So it's drying now. We'll see how well it goes once I slide it back in to the carcass over there, the cage. Hopefully it won't take off too much paint. But we'll see. I think it's pretty good so far. I'll have to touch it up once I slide it in, and then I'll get it all into the cage once this is all dry, and then we'll empty out that blue tote, fill it back into this one here, get all the water into there, and then we'll work on that one. That one will be for one of the other buildings that we eventually get up. So we'll see what we need. The other day, this 55-gallon barrel filled up in about 3 hours of rain. So I'm really excited about that. Well, it looks like we're going to get a lot more rain again today. Forecast says rain until about 5 o'clock, and it is 9 o'clock right now. So try to get a little bit done, but I got like here in Michigan, I've got a 92% chance of rain. That's pretty much 100%. So I'm gonna try to get this bladder put back in. It's cured overnight. It should be. It looks like it rained a little bit last night. You can see there's some wet spots, but I'll see if I can get this back in. I can already feel the sprinkles. But we'll get this thing, see if I can get that back in, get that back over there, and maybe get the downspout pointed in there so I can start capturing the water. I need to get a little filter, so I need to run to town and grab some pantyhose or something that I can stretch over the hole, and it will capture all the debris, leaves and things, little seeds and everything that tend to fall in. See if I can avoid that. So, well, anyways, let's get it started here. Sure, I'm not gonna fall in everything here. scratch the paint off. Oh well. Where'd I put them? Oh yeah, there they are. A lot more. A lot more wood to cut up here, clear on the way. But I'll be able to use some of this. Not really. Yeah, sweet. All right. to retouch it up again. I knew that was going to happen though. This paint just does not stick to this plastic well. Hopefully it doesn't start flaking up as the temperatures change and stuff. I want it to be able to prevent most of the sunlight from getting in there. So that's the whole reason why we painted it. So, but we're good. Okay, I have to tell you, I've been a little disappointed with this GoPro Hero 10. It just seems to constantly have problems. But anyway, one thing that I am kind of excited about is these solar panels. Right now I've got two 250 watt solar panels hooked up, and they're producing right at about 400 watts, which is just beautiful. What's even more beautiful is that I bought these for 25 bucks a piece. If you're ever in the Phoenix area, actually in Chandler, Arizona, which is kind of southeast of Phoenix, and you can go online. They sell a lot online, but there's a company called Santan Solar, and I'm not sponsored or anything, but you can buy used solar panels from them. I think they get them from places that are taking them down. There's a lot of people who, when they go to sell their house, they're unable to sell the house until they take the solar, because they got a solar lease or something. You know, they're not the best programs, and some people have a hard time purchasing a house that's got a solar lease. Lenders won't let you do that. Anyways, Santan Solar gets these solar panels from different places. I'm assuming from stuff like that, where people have to get rid of the solar panels off their house in order to sell it because they need to get out of the lease or whatever. But they get these solar panels, they get them in bulk, and then you can go online and purchase them from them. There are some restrictions for you to use. I don't think that once they've been used, you can't use them in a grid tie situation. But if you anything that you have off grid, I believe you can actually use these used solar panels, which are cool. But anyways, I stopped by just to see what they had, and they had several pallets of 250 watt solar panels. And you know, I was expecting to pay, you know, 150, 200 bucks a panel or something, and they were on sale. And I don't know if this was part of their annual sidewalk sale, but they were 25 bucks a piece. Now, I didn't have to do any shipping on them. I didn't have to get them shipped or anything, which would add to the cost. So if you're going to buy them online, you might not be able to get them for the same price. But if you're going to be in the area and you've got a trailer or something, you can pick these things up for very, very big discount. You can see here kind of the rating for these solar panels, 37.6. Looks like the open voltage on those. So what are the 250 watts, 15 amps. So number of different, there's a lot of different panels that are available there. So definitely check those out if you wanted to get some cheap solar panels. But I'm just floored. I'm excited. I really I'm liking how much power these things are putting out. I'm not using, you know, when I have everything plugged in right now in the cabin, I'm only using about 200 watts total. Now that's going to go up quite a bit as I get different things set up. But currently I'm using a lot less than what I'm producing. So for part of the day, you know, I may only be able to use these for 4 to 6 hours a day, get them in the sun enough, but I've got 5 of them. So 2 of them are producing about 400 watts. With 5 of them, if I can get, I don't know if I can get all 5. I don't think that my charge controller can handle the voltage for all 5 of them, but I think it will handle 4. I've got 6 of them. I think I can hook up 5. I've got 6 panels. I think I can get 5 of them hooked up, 4 of them in series, 1 in parallel, and that will get me right at my limit as far as the number of amps and voltage that my charge controller can handle right now. So anyways, I think I'm going to be able to produce 1200 watts for part of the day, and that's more than enough to charge my batteries, at least during the summer. In the winter, no guarantees, but in the summer, definitely going to produce more than enough energy to charge my batteries and keep me going, so I won't have to turn the generator on to charge the batteries and run everything. So really exciting, kind of cool. Okay, well, I had enough. I'm soaked. I tried to finish it, stacking up more wood. I've got to cut all this up here. I got a few of these I'm gonna roll over by those over there. I've got to chip a bunch of the trees. I took a couple of those down. If it stops raining, I'll take down the rest of these, get them all laid out over here, cut them into usable sizes so that I can roll onto the sawmill. I'm gonna set the sawmill up right here once I get all these cut down, and I'm gonna start cutting wood for framing things. The good thing is that the sawmill is a portable. It's a OS 18, the Frontier OS 18. It's got wheels on it, so I'll do a temporary platform for it that I'll set up, get it set up. And once I'm done, I'll tear it all down, move it out of the way. So, and this is where I'm actually going to be building the this rain is so bad. Well, I'm going to put in the solar shed here and a shed for tools and stuff. Then back over here, I'll get this cleared out. I got to take these three trees out, and I'll use these trees to build the kind of a little pole barn right over in this area. I got to cut some of those stumps out and get them removed, but we'll see what we can do. But I'm going to call it for today. It's 2 o'clock and I'm just soaked and it's starting to get a little too cold, so time to call it quits. All right, so there's always those things you do when you're kind of alone, thinking, no, nobody's gonna see me. It's not probably the safest, but you do them anyways. This is one of those things. This isn't actually all that unsafe. I'm just trying to use a little engineering here, but I thought it's kind of fun. I picked up, you can see here, I've got a lot of these very, very heavy maple logs that there's no way I can move these over to where I need them. So what I did is I hooked up a couple snatch blocks, one here. Right now I've got one on the bottom of the truck here, just on the hitch, just so that I can move the log up to this location here. And once I get it to this location, I'll do just like the one here. You can kind of see the trail where I drag one of the logs up over here already to get it over to here. So I had originally had it tied off on that tree right there, and I was able to pull it all the way over. And my goal is to get them all up over into this area here, and then I'm going to set, for the short term, I'm going to set up the portable sawmill right where all those all that wood is stacked up right there. I'm going to clean that all up, get it loaded over into the trees, and then after I've get that loaded up, get the logs all moved over, set the sawmill up, I'll roll them over. So I'll be able to just roll these right up into the sawmill, cut them up, get them stacked, and then I can start using them to do some of the building projects I want. But there's a lot of things I need to get set up. For instance, I want to get my solar shack set up, and it will have all of my batteries. It'll have solar panels on it, and I'll be able to start loading tools and stuff into it temporarily until I get a little pole barn set up, which I'm going to put over in this area. Ultimately, the sawmill will also be down over here, because those are all the trees here that I plan on harvesting. Now there's a bunch that are behind the cabin. Those are all the hardwoods. maple and the beech. And until I really get a tractor, which is, it might be a couple years from now, but until I get a tractor, I'm not going to worry about that as much, except for a few that I'm taking down right around the cabin. I'm going to try to save a lot of the really good maple, because there are some really fun projects that I have that are going to be timber frame, and I can't wait to start doing that. I love the timber frame construction. I love the way it looks, and can't wait to start doing some of that. But in the short term, I need to get a lot of other little projects done before I can get started on those. Anyway, have fun watching me pull this log. I've got some roller logs set up to pull it over. Once I get it over here by the truck, then I'm going to move the pulleys over to the trees, to one of these trees over here, so that I can pull it up into this area ultimately. So here we go. Hopefully I won't have to do too much running around back and forth. I might have to reposition some of these roller logs as I pull the rope, but you can see I can get them moved. Let's see. All right. Maybe a little farther. A couple of these over. I tried using the PV or it's just not. The PV is not. These things are so heavy. I could barely get them to spin. I mean, I can get them to spin, but turning them is really difficult. It's so heavy. Getting it turned over here so that I can roll it that way is just as bad. And I thought, this is fun. It's more fun than the other way. So let's see if I can get another one underneath there. Let me get one of these out. No, probably won't. That one's too long. I can get that one out of there. Maybe. What young kid doesn't like to play with pulleys? I'm not saying I'm a young kid, not by any means, but just a boy thing, I think. All right, we're going to be hooking it up to that tree there. All right, that's where the fun starts. be a little easier if I had carabiners, but that's alright. I love these little shackles here. Snatch blocks. Alright. Alright. Let's get this part here. It's only a 100-foot rope. I need to get one more pulley and a 200-foot rope. That was not spinning. It's not rolling. A little hard here. I got some dips from where I drive through here all the time, so the tire tracks going through have compacted it all, kind of made it dip so the log digs in. All right, here we go. Woo. Yeah, exactly what I'm talking about. It digs in. I'm gonna have to lift it up and get another log underneath there. I gotta figure out where to put all these cut pieces so that I don't have to move them more than once. Well, I haven't figured that out yet. I think back there is the best spot. Get them all in the woods over there. I think that's going to be my best bet for where to stack them all. Right over in there where I've already started. I just got a bunch I've got to clean out of there. Get these rolled up. These will be green when I use them. I'll probably use them to build the little solar shed. And then I'm going to be building an extension on right here. Right here, there's going to be going to come out another 8 feet and go over. Just an extension that I'll have to attach on so that I have a little bedroom, additional bedroom on the side of the cabin here. Try to get that done. I've got about 5 weeks to try to get that all done, but I really gotta make room. I gotta get that solar shed put up. I've got to take down a couple more trees here before I do that though. It looks like I'm gonna get rain, so I need to clean up some stuff. It's blowing in right now. Some really dark skies, so I've got to get some things inside that can't handle the water.